Good evening. Some of you can at least on your videos. Thank you very much. Yeah. So let us start the session and happy Republic Day for all the participants here. And we will unmute, there are some technical issue in the sense in between some, noise comes. That's the reason we have muted all for a while. At the end, we will, unmute all. Let us start this session. Actually, the session, we will start with a small prayer.
Center for Educational Initiatives and Research, CEIR Global Trust, was started in 2009 with a vision to facilitate the evolution of positive and progressive schools through a passionate community of practice and emerge as the most trusted organization for educators across India and Indian schools globally. Its mission is to improve the overall K-12 school culture and performance by empowering all stakeholders using latest research and practices in education. CEIR has conducted many extraordinary programs for the target groups right from K1 to K12. The ultimate aim of CEIR is to create a CEIR Center of Excellence by 2030. A perfect home away from home to hold its members.
My success is my handwriting. My success is my handwriting.
All the activities of CEIR is supported by Veda Handwriting Lab. Veda offers multiple programs backed by scientific research for students and teachers. At Veda Handwriting Lab, we say good or bad handwriting is an existing myth. There is only trained or untrained handwriting. To make it possible, Veda Handwriting Lab has developed a training device called Manicule Memory Board for faster and long-lasting results among students and teachers. We have specific programs for teachers, students, and the schools.
My success is my handwriting. My success is my handwriting. Vande Guru.
So this is our usual, welcoming Vande Guru. All the gurus, educators, welcome to this program. Today we are actually dealing with a subject, that I would like to mention. This is only for the selected schools by CAR, and we have informed the concerned authorities just a day before that we are holding it on 26th. So thanks for participating it. And since it is an experiential learning, I request all the participants to take a pen and a sheet of paper and write this hashtag of handwriting lab. This is something like the philosophy we live with, that good or bad handwriting is an existing myth. There is only trained or untrained handwriting. Take 2-3 minutes time Please take a sheet of paper or pen and write down. Kindly write down this because we are going to understand a little bit more about this skill of writing. Don't be in a hurry. You can take your own time. How many of you honestly accept this statement? You can, those who are agreeing can just, put a thumbs up or a hand or something like that. How many of you seriously agree this? Good or bad handwriting is a myth. There is only trained or untrained handwriting. So we are going to, experiment. Thank you very much. Okay. So we are going to, experience this more. And I request you, since we are planning for an improvisation, we need to understand, before you improve any skill, we must understand what to be improved. Am I right? So let us just do a small analysis on our own writing. There are two types of handwriting. You all know that. Either you have to write separately or you have to join each letters and write. The first one we call print style of writing. Each letter we lift our hand and write. Suppose good, there are 4 letters. 4 times we have to write G, then lifting our hand, then O, then D. Another type of handwriting which is called cursive or join, meaning you will be joining G, O, and D, then only you lift your hand. Agree or disagree? You cannot write in any other way. Either you have to write in print or you have to join and write. Agree? Now, just look at your own handwriting and tell me how many of your handwriting is 100% print or 100% cursive. This is just a 2-line word, a sentence. In that, are we following print or cursive or are we mixing it? Are you getting my point here? Yeah. Please understand, my dear educators, since we are educators, we should understand there are two types of handwriting only. There is nothing called mixed handwriting. And you will find the same thing in your children also. I promise you, more than 90% of the children use this mixed way of writing. Why? It's not that they want to write. The only problem is when they write, in practical writing, when they write, some letters they are able to join, they join. Some letters they are unable to join, they write separately. Yes or no? So this creates a mixed style of writing. Please understand, there is nothing called mixed handwriting. There is only there is only print or cursive writing. There can't be anything called mixed handwriting. If anybody is mixing it, they lack something. They lack a little bit skill. Today we will focus more on to that. I'm just shifting this thing. We will take one word. This is my very favorite word. Please write good, the word good, the first word good, 3 times with your own handwriting. I hope you can see my screen here. Is it visible? Yeah. So please write good 3 times. And please underline the first G, second G, and third G. Could you find little bit difference there between the first G and second G? There is slight difference. But please understand, we only wrote it. That too now. Why it is changing? Again, something is missing there. Am I right? So we are going to focus more on this. What is this so-called missing? See, there is nothing actually. The missing part is handwriting is actually a movement skill. Handwriting is nothing but a movement skill. We are going to improve that skill today. To improve this in an easy manner, that's the reason we say handwriting made easy. We have created a device, a training board, you can say. It's called Manicule Memory Board. This board actually this is the one we developed to improve the so-called movement skill. And I request all the educators to take your pen. Is my screen is visible, or you want me to switch over? I mean, I'll stop this. I think then it will be easier. Please spotlight my this thing for others. My camera. Please spotlight so that everybody can see this in a big screen. Is it in a big screen to you? You can even say, very good, very good. So what I am going to do now, I request you to make some lines like this. See, I'm just discussing about the movement skill. This is what we are missing. Please make some lines like this. Some slanting strokes from bottom to up. Then the same thing, you start with a small tick up, tick up, tick up, and let me know which is easy for you to move up. And you experience yourself, experiential learning. I believe it is easy to start with a tick up. Am I right? If you see. See, I told you handwriting is nothing but a movement skill. We have to see every child know the alphabet. What we have to do, we have to slightly improve their movement skill. If you ask a child of 5 years or 15 years, ask them to write A, they write A. But when we face the issue, when they start writing, forming a sentence or a paragraph, we find issues with legibility and neatness. Yes or no? So to improve that part, we just need to improvise this so-called movement skill or art of movements. In our methodology, we say tick up and tick down is the method. Meaning, either the letter should start with a tick up or a tick down. I hope you got a clear picture about it. Now, please drop your pen. I'm going to give you a small, exercise. In this exercise, I wish you to use your index finger. Your index finger will be used and you will move your index finger. If you cannot touch your screen, no problem. Keep a centimeter or an inch away. Then when I ask you to move your index finger, just move your index finger on the image. I told you, and please excuse me, I'm not giving you a punishment or anything. I literally want you to understand because this issue is there from the beginning. What we have achieved, we fix this issue. And I really want our educators to understand this little bit about it. Okay. So please use your index finger, no other finger. Okay. And without any pressure, and this image, just move your index finger. See, this we call a frame. 2-3 times, just move your index finger on the image at least 2 or 3 times. They start with a tick up and a curve. 2 or 3 times is more than enough. Now take your pen and create an image like this. If you want, I can show you. Now here I am using slightly bigger for you to see. Okay, please do not write so bigger in your usual style. For your understanding, I am making a small tick up and a slant and a curve. It should look like a slanting grandfather stick. We tell the children, make a slanting grandfather stick. Make a smaller slanting grandfather stick or a slanting curve. Have done? Now, please repeat this process one more time for me, for my satisfaction. 2 or 3 times. Please do this for me. 2 or 3 times. Then again make this. So you can find it is slightly better. Am I right? Okay. Now what we'll do, I will explain it later. Now do the same frame. Come back to the bottom and make another curve. You can see my screen here. I am making a tick up and a curve, the frame. I come down to the bottom and create another curve. So before you write, please do 2-3 times this finger movement here. We call this finger tick. Please 2-3 times kindly do this. Then you will find it is coming better. That's the reason. I want you to experience in the fullest way. 2-3 times you do, then you write, you will find a better shape there. Yes, dear teachers and educators, done. Shall I move to the next one? Yeah. Now, please don't write it. Please do not write it. I am going to make a letter G here. See, please look at my paper here, my writing part. I am creating a tick up and a curve. This we call a frame. I come down to the bottom, I create another curve. Okay. Then I connect it, I come down, I create a letter G. Before you write, kindly do it 2-3 times. Please move your index finger 2-3 times. Then create a frame, then a C, just connect it and create a letter G. Please do it. Now take your pen, you can write a G. It's very simple. I can show you once again. We create a tick up and a frame. We create a letter C. We simply connect it. We come down and we create a letter G here. Then, so we will move to the next one. We are going to write letter O. So you can look at my screen here, my writing. I'm doing nothing. I'm just making a tick up and a frame. I create a letter C. I just connect it and I make an upward note like this because I have to connect it. So before you write, kindly do 2 or 3 times this finger movements here so that you will feel that it is happening without your knowledge. We are trying to write the word good once again with improvised movement skill. 2 or 3 times move your index finger, then write O on the paper. Okay. Now the last letter, that is D. See again D, the same formation only. I'll write it once again, then you can easily understand it. Hope you can see this. I start a tick up and a curve. I come down to the bottom, I create a C. I just connect it, I go up and down. I create a letter D. So before writing it, please move your index finger 2 or 3 times and understand this art of movements here. This is what we are missing throughout. 2 or 3 times is more than enough. Then you can write it. Could you find the shapes are better now? Please respond with some symbol or something, or you can say a thumbs up on the screen also. I can see. Wonderful, wonderful, man. Thank you very much. Now we are going to take another job of joining this word. Okay, this is what little we have to be careful. So please don't write anything. I'll just tell you how this so-called movement is happening in this. I hope you can see this. I'll start with a small tick up and a curve. See, there is only one rule we have to remember. We should not lift our hand in between. I create a letter C. I create a letter G. Now I'll create another frame curve. I create a letter C. I make a upward this thing. Then again, I'll create a frame. I create a letter C, another frame, another C. I create a letter D. Clear? So before you write, at least 2-3 times, just move your index finger on the word good 2-3 times. What is there on the screen? Please move your index finger 2 or 3 times and see how this is happening. 2-3 times, it will be very easy for you to join and write. Please use your index finger and move your index finger on the screen 2 or 3 times. Starting with a tick, that is very important. Have you done it? Then please take your pen and join and write the word good. Matthew sir, is it coming better? Yeah. Solomon sir, Astin Solomon sir, wonderful, wonderful. Now, let me stop this screen sharing. I need you to understand slightly, better way this movement skill. Now we were moving on the screen. Let us move the same thing. Please raise your hand like this. Drop your pen. Please raise your hand like this. Just observe me for a while. Then we can write it. What I'm going to do nothing here. The same word, I'm just going to write in front of me on the air. Okay. Only condition is I'm going to look at the tip of my index finger. Just look at me once, then do it. Okay. So I start with a tick up and a curve. Could you see the curve? So I start with a tick up and a curve. I come down. Can you see the C now? I join G without lifting. I make another curve. C. Joining another curve. C. Joining another curve. C. D. Then I lift my hand. Got it? Now, please come this, everyone, please. This is a good exercise in the late evening. Please raise your hand without putting any pressure. Just raise it like this. Please raise it like this. Okay. We are like painting or drawing something on there. Okay. So look at the tip of your index finger. Your nail is the right place to see. Okay. So start with a tick up and a frame 2-3 times. Tick up and a curve. Tick up and a curve. Look like a slanting grandfathers. Tick up, curve, C, G without lifting another curve. C, O, another curve. C, O, another curve. C and D. Now please take your pen and write good once again. We have to do this once again, but before that, you please write and understand. Is the joining is happening automatically? Is handwriting, this is what we say, handwriting made easy. Okay. Now, one more time I wish you to do, but at the same time here one more, one important thing you have to understand. While we are writing on the air, are we putting any pressure? See, please don't put any pressure and write. No, simply. Okay. See, just understand how this flow happens to you. Okay, this I'm going to reveal a very important information for you. See, what we are going to do, we are putting no pressure on our hand. Just see this thing. Could you see I am writing or drawing something? Could you sense that the flow shows you I'm drawing something? Okay. So please raise your hand like this. Without any pressure, please write good on there or no 2 times. And understand the zero pressure factor. This is very important. I tell you why. We are not putting any pressure. And we must understand this no pressure factor. 2-3 times you write. Everyone, those who are doing it will be very happy at the end by seeing our own good handwriting. Okay. Now, please, you got it. While writing, you need to apply this pressure only. That's the reason. While writing, see the basic reason, I don't know, is, many places it happens when we were small kids. If we make some mistakes, what happened? The parents or teachers hold our hand and make us to write. Remember this? So in the early stage itself, we create an illusion in our mind. When we write, put pressure. Okay. You don't need to put that pressure. That actually makes a lot of issues. You cannot write for a long time and all. So please understand this zero pressure once again. Write good once again on there and understand. This is the pressure we need to give. Huh? Now take your pen. Without, you make mistake, no problem. Without, like putting any pressure, take your pen. I can also show you how this to be done. I'll move to the next cam. So you can see, I'm not putting any pressure. Is it visible? Yeah. I'm not putting any pressure. I'm just, moving my pen without any pressure. Can you please write it like that way? Could you sense some kind of a drawing sensation there? Now you understood, handwriting is an art. We should not write. You understood the philosophy behind it. Many times we try to write. When we write, we put unwanted pressure. That actually makes a lot of issues here. Now, again, I'll just explain this a little bit further. Yeah. Please do a small comparison now with your first good and the last good. Could you find some considerable improvement? Yes or no? You can just say yes or no. Yeah. Now understood what exactly? We didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. We just improvised this movement skill. That's it. You see what I'm saying here? Now, I'll just explain you a little bit further to understand more on the, this thing. See, I told you already the entire, the philosophy of handwriting map is, the method is tick up and a tick down. Yes or no? So when you start with a tick up, it's easy to move up. Tick down, it is easy to come down. See, for an example, when we teach a child, we ask the child to make a tick up. That comes down, we create a letter I. The same moment, the same tick up, I comes down, create a letter J. This tick up, down, and a crossbar become a T. This tick up touching the upper line become an L. The same moment, L with an attachment of a cup down shape become an H. The same tick up, L, and an open cup and a small note create a letter B. The same tick up, L, and a small sized capital R create a letter K. This tick up, down, and a cup down create a letter P. You got it? Tick up, L, down, and this create a letter F. So by creating a simple tick up and down, we can develop 9 letters. Because please understand, this one more, like thing I would like to understand. When the child handwriting, the child is troubling with writing, we always advise the children, no, you have to write more. Yes or no? Write more, write more, write more. Am I right or not? Oh, you have to write more. You have to write more. More you write, better will be your handwriting. This was our philosophy. This is what taught to us. Am I right? Nothing is going to happen. If we write more, already the child is, having some issues in writing. And when we encourage them to write more, what happens? The same mistake the child repeat over and again. And those mistakes become part of his actual writing. So writing more is not going to help us to improve our handwriting. It's a way of punishment, I understand. But writing more is not going to settle this issue. Writing correctly, that is going to settle our issue. Do you agree with me or not? So the best way to improve one's handwriting is to write correctly, not writing more. This is what we are doing. This is what I have done when I was in school. In my time, there was a 4-line book. There was no copywriting book at that time. It's only 4-line book. 2-line books for regional, 5-line books for Hindi, 4-line books for English. Now, what happens when we use this 4-line? I am not saying 4-line is bad, but 4-line books are not to improve our handwriting. 4-line, the purpose of 4-line is to understand where L should touch, where J should touch. To understand the upper zone, lower zone, middle zone, we must give a 4-line. Just have a mental idea. Okay, I should touch in between the 2 line. L should touch the upper line. J should not go below the 4th line or the bottom line. To understand this upper zone, lower zone, we should use that. More than that, it is not going to help this thing. Because in our actual writing, we are not going to write in 4-line. We have to write in single line or no line. So the real practice has to be in single line or no line. Agree? Now the new, for the last 20, 25, maybe 20 years, what is happening there? Copywriting book. I even asked the publisher of a copywriting book, why the hell you have put that as a copywriting book? He didn't have an answer. But what is written is correct. Because the copywriting books have models. The child has to look that and write it down. Yes or no? If you have a doubt, please look at the child's copywriting book and the same child's English notebook written on the same day. You will find 2 different handwriting. Yes or no? How many of you have noticed this? Because copywriting book, the name suggests they are right. It is copying and writing. It is not going to change anything. Otherwise, it would have been changed. Because many schools, we start this from UKG onwards. Some schools first standard. And many schools in Kerala, especially, I know, they follow this up to 8th standard. Please understand. Nearly 8-10 years copywriting is given. And you ask most of the principals, ma'am, your handwriting issue is resolved. No. Why? Because we are not giving 8-9 years of handwriting practice. We are giving copywriting practice. Copying and writing is not handwriting. Handwriting is exactly mind writing. You agree with me? Yeah. What's the time now? We have around 30-45 minutes. Yeah, 15-16 minutes. Any doubts on this? I can further move if you have any doubts. Just raise your hand. We will unmute. If any teachers, any educators have any doubt, we can proceed with that. Was it useful? Is it? Does this program made any sense? Or like simply I made you to do some exercise? Any questions or you want to ask now? Okay, I'll just move to the next this thing. Yeah. See, then okay. You can do this practice for this word also. 2-3 times you try this. But before writing, please do this CEO, because I made only for that family, because there are 5 families in that. Just, first before writing, please move your index finger 2 or 3 times, then write the word code. Now the same thing you can do with edge also. 2-3 times you, just move your index finger and write, things will be better for you. Now, I told you this all, we have made into 5 categories or 5 groups. For an example, if you look at my screen, you can see this is the frame we create in one family, and we create a letter C. And if you see the same C, we already saw this create a letter A. The same C, if you go up, it create a letter D. Down, it create a letter G. If you create a Q also from this, you create an O also from this. If you see the X, this frame and a backward C and a normal C, you can create a letter X. And tick up and a C, you can create a letter E also here. Is it visible? Yeah. So tick up, then create a C, it becomes. Tick up, the frame, backward C, normal C, you can create a word, a letter X also. See, by creating one frame, and those letters are coming, we can use this and join it. So I'm just moving to the next slide. Yeah, next slide. I wish, to tell you something about Veda Handwriting Lab. So I'll just show you something more about this particular thing, because this is also an awareness for our handwriting kit. I'll just stop the screen sharing for a while so that you can see. See, this comes with a kit like this, and you find the first thing in this is this training device that called manipul memory board or a training device. And this comes with a handwriting training manual. I'll show you what is this handwriting training manual. This is written here as a handwriting training manual. This handwriting training manual, if you see, there are 2 samples we take from the children. Before they write, they have to see what exactly their handwriting is. Then they have to analyze their handwriting. There are some 5 questionnaires given. So they have to write, then they have to answer those questions. Then we start the training. And if you see the last day, so this is divided 25 minutes training of 21 days. The last day, they have to again come back and write the same thing here and understand the level of their improvements. Okay. So this is what the handwriting, manual we call handwriting book is about. And every handwriting book is accompanied by a practice manual. And practice manual is actually class-wise. So this you can, I don't know whether you can see, this is on a 7th standard. What we have done is this, actually we have added functional grammar and speed writing in it. Why functional grammar? I tell you. This is scientifically proved that the child improves the grammar, vocabulary, and comprehension through writing. So we have added the practice manual with English functional grammar, so that while writing, the handwriting also will be improvising, and their grammar, vocabulary knowledge also will be improvised. So this is the purpose of that. That's the reason each session, because 2nd standard functional grammar will be different. So we have added another practice book. So each standard wise, the practice book is developed, not only to improve their handwriting or speed writing, it is to improve their functional grammar also. So it have a double purpose or a multiple purpose. And this year we have added, when we have moved to, I requested Satya ma'am to join. I don't know whether she is there. If she is there, please raise her hand. See, before the lockdown, we had this program in hundreds of schools across India and Middle East. But what we have done, last year, the 100, it came down to 5. 5 schools we have done this online as a pilot study. And during that, we came to know the online, the teachers are not able to make the corrections. So what to do? So we have introduced a worksheet. It is purely a miniature. This page can be, the child can remove the pages. This is a miniature of the training manual. After doing their training, they have to write this and upload to the teachers by using the worksheet. And about the training part, let me explain it. We have created a separate application for it, and all the 21 videos, I'm just showing a sample video, a self-explanatory sample video for 1 or 2 minutes. You can see this is actually a training video of day 3. So day 2,
the first scientific area to a trained handwriting is the exact sitting postures. So let's check. How are we sitting right now? Are you sitting with your back straight? Is your leg far away, or is it crossed? Well, if you need a trained handwriting, the exact sitting posture is with your back erect and your feet parallel to the floor. Let's try doing it together. Let's keep our backs erect and the feet parallel to the floor. Now let me introduce you the 5 techniques, 5 basic frames, and 5 basic letters. By practicing this, handwriting improvement is simplified and guaranteed. Handwriting is a movement skill. In our methodology, every letter starts with a tick up or a tick down. The first technique is the voice tick. Each and every letter in the English alphabet has a description. For example, if the letter you're learning is the letter I, the description would be tick up, down, and a dot. So what happens when you say tick up, down, and a dot? When you say, you're listening. Handwriting is mind writing. So voice tick is the description we have for every letter. So let's try doing it once. So with your index finger, by moving it on the manicule memory board, let's do tick up, down, and a dot. So as I just said now, handwriting is a movement skill. So we'll apply a movement on our manicule memory board. I want all of you to try along with me. So tick up, down, and a dot. Let's do it once again. Tick up, down, and a dot. Without putting any pressure, we'll keep our arms straight. No pressure on our shoulders. Cup down. You can relax your hands. We're moving to the last stage. We're going to write the letter H. You can take your pen. Make sure you write effortlessly, keeping in mind that there's zero need to put any pressure on the pen or on the paper. Let's place our hands correctly. Focus on to the frame in page number 10 of your training manual and write with your pen with the voice tick up, L, down, and cup down. Tick up, L, down, and cup down. One last time. Tick up, L, down, and cup down. Everybody, please have a close look on the letter B on the training manual. Move your finger 3 times, saying tick up, L, plus an open cup and a small knot. So we'll keep our index finger.
I hope you got a fair good idea about the, this thing. Yeah, sorry.
Cup down.
So now I believe it's the time to ask any questions. Last, I have a small announcement also. This is almost reached. So any quick questions, or if you want, you can put this in the chat box also. What about attendance form? Oh my God. How to write the letter Z in cursive writing? A wonderful question. I will show you. 1 second. See, here also I told you every letter will be, followed with a frame. Okay. So in that frame, we call tick number 7. This is the frame. Okay. So what to do? Tick number 7, the description I'm talking about, the voice tick, backward C and a bond, we can create a letter Z. So tick number 7, backward C and a bond. See, that is a letter Z. So I believe any questions you can ask on this thing. Q, I've already made it. Capital J. Capital J. See, see the same. Is it visible? Yeah. See the same frame. You can create a letter C. This is a letter Q. Okay. Now I would like to I'll just show you. Just change this thing. See the capital letter since you have asked. Is it visible? Yeah, you can see all the letters here. You can note down from this. So Matthew sir, any doubts? Ma'am, please raise your hand, then we will unmute you. I think that is better. Any doubts? So before I complete this session, so next Saturday, every Saturday we used to do, Matthew sir is our regular. That's the reason I see him every time. Our regular participant. Sir, you please speak a little bit about our, sessions on Saturday, sir, Matthew sir. So this will be an eye opener.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I used to attend the programs hosted by them, and it's a very interesting and wonderful program. It's very useful and also effective. So I found it like that. That is the reason why I used to attend most of the Saturdays. Not all the Saturdays, but at the same time, I select a few.
Correct. So this is a very important program. One of the renowned scientists, Dr. Shashikumar, is coming next Saturday, meaning 29. So the first time we are doing the SDG project in India as a competition. So we have to create a lot of awareness about SDG, the social response.
I'm not sure I understood that.
What is that? So this is what we are creating now. So you can attend it, use the same link. And next year, this will be a big one. And we are planning to tie up with UNESCO also, with Mahatma Gandhi University of Peace, Delhi. So we are creating as a very big program with UNESCO, this thing. And the Intel program is circulating. Intel program we have started, the lifeology programs are going on. So please, attend it, watch our website, carglobal.com. You will get a lot of information. This forum we have created only for educators. So do attend it every Saturday. I am very sad that nobody asked me any doubt. So no problem. That time, you will remember, otherwise I really don't know what exactly are, people want to understand. So no problem. So you can do it. Thank you. So we will definitely catch up later. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming once again. Happy Republic Day. Vande Guru. Vande Guru to all the participants.